First, with the word loyalty, that's a strong word. What does that word mean to you? We're putting the story together.
I think like when people, I don't think that that's a learned behavior too. I think it's a part of a person's natural character too. If they connect, if they're not the kind of person that would cross you or go against you in any way, they're just not gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not in them to do it sometimes. Other people they can go left on you so quick that you go that he doesn't have capability of being loyal to anything. You know, and this project it was man, the BMF period, the whole journey. It was important that we go back to the origin story so that they can see the innocence of the choices. Right? Like when you say when you grow up in the environment where the biggest restraints is a financial restraint, that path looks like financial freedom, bro. You know what I'm saying? And the middle America may not comprehend that, but this is why so many people made took that option or made that choice to go ahead and get money. Like the in my early stages growing up, the people from my mom's life was representation of that to me. Like, but they hustled. They had Bondavilles, Regals, Cadillacs, and shit like that. And you see even in the jewelry that they had excess the excessive finances around because they can afford to put it on their ring or in their watch, right? So with those things, I wanted them to see how that transition, the innocence of a person transitioning into that, because it's tough for you to feel for a person that got away with something for so long because they were successful at it and make it to a point where they got a $300 million credit line. They did $300 million worth of cocaine when they need it. You know what I'm saying? The Mexicans shoot it to them in a heartbeat. So you look at that and you go, when he when they get knocked off or when their indictment falls, people go about time. You've been winning for so long, it's about time. Like no, there's no sympathy for winners. No matter how you win, like if you win, like someone who consistently is in a successful light, that they don't want to necessarily hear about their personal problems. You got no personal problem, man. You can just find another way to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? This is a project that I think that touches on things in a different way because culturally it connects when their period where they're being in that is the same period that music was moving to southern based markets and dance culture is coming into hip hop culture the same. So when you say the street portion of it, the our culture loves things that are damaged as far as music culture, hip hop music culture, and you'll see from you got artists to come like they be like he got the streets like you could point to like a little Pooh Shiesty or you point to Dirk or you point to these guys that you know they'll have a momentum that is driving what they're doing musically and it's coming from the street. You know what I'm saying? Come from that lifestyle and the circumstances they're coming out of to into music. So when when they watch BMF, I know they'll watch it with a different intensity because they're looking at it and they're going, yo, so usually you don't see actual pictures of the subject or the person that the show is made after in the opening sequence. But when you watch the BMF, you're gonna see pictures of Meech, pictures of T in the younger ages, and then turn into the guys that are portraying them. And it was more important that the authenticity was a part of this project because it's real. Like Lil Meech, I took his son, moved him from Atlanta to California to LA, put him in acting school. He was in acting school 3 days a week for 18 months to get him ready for this project.
18 months.
18 months he was working, just acting, focusing on that, like because he out of the environment that he was in that would offer the distractions, he was on it all the way. So that and he got himself all the way together, ready to go ahead, and he's number one on the call sheet on this project. He got this is a big project for him. Since then, he done He's done an independent movie, and he was on Euphoria. So he did a piece on another television show after that. But he's he actually takes it serious. He's taking it serious. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that was an opportunity to make something special happen right there too. You know?
Yeah. And like I say, I'm from Arkansas, by the way. So even just dealing with the story, knowing about the Chambers brothers, that's like a big story. Them coming from Arkansas and starting it in
Right.
Detroit, in the '80s. So like I did my research and it's just bringing it all together, just knowing how everybody connected in the struggle. Like, how do you feel like just when they were leaving out with the Chambers brothers, and when T and Big Meech came in to the game and brought something new? How do you feel like they just shifted? Because they say like the game don't change, just the players do. Like, how do you feel like they just continue the things going, just knowing keep your circle small, keep things together?
Yeah, look, without that, like, and I know that's why you started with loyalty too, because without keeping a small enough circle of people that really are down for you, that this never happens, bro. It never happens. That you got jealousy, you got envy, you got entitlement, you got reasons within success when things are going right. They, you got the girl, he liked the girl. Now you got a new problem because you know what I'm saying. Like it's things that don't even have anything to do with business that can create extreme conflicts. You know what I'm saying? Like the Nicky Bonds told on half of New York City because one of the guys from his crew ended up dating a girl he was dating. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, fella, you wasn't supposed to do that. Told on everybody.
It's all
You
over.
know,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
yeah, shit, that shit happens. Like you look and you going, what? Because it's one thing that they're out there and they're still living good and they got money and but they all had that, right? But when he's sitting there thinking you would his woman, that could be it. It may be his Achilles. You know what I'm saying? But it's little things that come up that always we can both have money and you can just know how to live better. You can just spend your money the right way. You buy the things that you chose feel better for a person to be jealous of it. And you going, he he had the same kind of money. What'd you do with yours? You know what I mean? Like it doesn't take much to create that separation or to create feelings and negative energy in a positive circle, regardless. So you look at it and you say the circumstances that they came up under, it is harder to work that way. You know what I'm saying? Like you can barely. It's tough to get people to agree on anything. You know what I mean? That's why music feels like magic at points because when they and you see the whole room jump into it,
yeah, right.
like oh shit, like so everybody is fucking with this one.
Oh,
You know
definitely.
what I'm saying?
Yeah. So what you feel like as far as with the viewers and stuff? What you want them to get out the story? Like, what you want to get out the story September 26th?
Now I want them to see the difference in all of the there's been a family drama in every show that I created, like from Power, with to Raising Canaan and into BMF at this point because it's two brothers. You know what I'm saying? So you see, what you do see is that the traditional, no matter what, like when the younger brother look at his older brother and he's going in the direction he's going in, regardless to what they say. When your older brother, some points they got more influence than the actual parents. This is why the parents will give the older brother an ass whooping if the little brother do something wrong because they know he following them. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you going, you see that internal struggle, and it's almost it's spiritual also because they raised Christian. You know what I mean? And that has no Christianity has no no nationality. You know that cuts through the color lines. That right there, and it's universal in the understanding that of the conflict of you're doing something that is against your religion. You see what I'm saying? And your mom and pops is struggling with maybe we got to get rid of Meech before he damages Terry.
Yeah.
You know what I
So,
mean? And it's stuff in it that's a little more complex that we all identify with. That you know what I mean? Like, and I think when they get a chance to check that out, they're gonna really resonate with them.
all right, most definitely. I definitely appreciate you for your time. You know what I'm saying?
No.
As far as just give us a little bit about as far as what we should expect on the first episode, if you can, just like how should we
Yeah, the
race for
first.
it?
But look, I think the Chris Albrecht told me this one time, right? It was the head of Starz when I actually came over. He said, "There's a sign that you got a hit on your hands, and it's when it feels like it gets better and it gets better and it gets better and it gets better, right?" And the first episode, even though I don't know if you had a chance to see it yet, but they for press they let them see. I think they gave them access to the first 6 episodes,
Mhm.
so they can understand it's not a fluke. They could usually, I would just let them see the pilot and let them go from there because it's written well enough for the networks to immediately understand that this is the largest franchise outside of the Power Universe itself. Like when I said I expect it to exceed in success, this show BMF will be bigger than everything in the Power Universe. It's just culturally connected in a different way, like true story versus fictional plots. I don't believe this points that you had to intertwine things like where the writers got to do some things to create connective tissue so it rolls the right way, but it's overall the true story.
Definitely. Well, thank you for your time, 50.
I appreciate you.
All right, bro.